Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are not doing a fall theme in my planner. It is October. We are heading into Halloween, getting closer to Halloween. However, I'm not doing a fall theme. I want to break from it because this weekend we are going to New Hampshire for a wedding. This is a wedding of James's friend, an old coworker, and it's our first wedding we're going to since being engaged. I'm really excited, and I'm excited for New Hampshire. We've never been. So I pulled out Live Love Posh pastel blooms because I felt like these flowers were really pretty, whoops, as I rip them, and kind of felt a little bit like wedding themed-ish. So I wanted to use these here, but we're gonna just come right up. This is such a big sticker. And start over here because in a big planner, there's so much room for functionality. However, since we're gonna be away all weekend, there's really not a ton of time for functionality. So I figured I would start on the right side and kind of get that ironed out before we do everything else. So the wedding is on Saturday. Let's use this box here. Yeah, we're gonna do this here, but you know that I'm going to want to cover up the line that's underneath it. And so originally we were going to leave Friday at around noon because James works half days remotely on Friday. However, his work has a golf outing on Friday, so we're not really going to be able to leave until like 5 or 6. So Friday is definitely going to be a day that I get things done. It may be stuff for Plan with Elise, it may be stuff around the house, or I may like go get a manicure. It could be a combination of all of those. But I am going to add in checklists for myself on Friday because I'll have the time to get things done. I think I put those down kind of crooked. That's also kind of crooked, but we'll survive. Okay, I'm also going to add in some checklists on Sunday. I don't know how much I'm going to get done. New Hampshire is about 5.5 hours from us. So if we leave, like if we stay for the brunch the morning after the wedding and we leave around noon, we'll get home, 5, 6 o'clock. So I could get a couple things done, probably not as many as I've put here, but it's fine. I'm not really worried about that. And then we have this space over here. So I think that what I'm going to do here is use some Alpha Basics and let's see which ones. I wanted to go smaller. I think we're going to use these. So let's grab my tweezer and we're going to spell out the couple's name. I met this couple earlier in the year. I don't remember what month, but I've met them once. They live in Massachusetts, so they're not local. And like I said, the wedding is in New Hampshire. So I loved spending time with them. Unfortunately, they're not people we're going to see very often, but I am really excited for this wedding. I have to figure out what I'm going to wear. Ashley. And let's do it. Let's write and out because, weddings are fancy. So what we're actually doing is when we leave on Friday, we're not driving all the way to where the wedding is. We're driving to maybe Concord, New Hampshire. I don't remember where the wedding is, but I think we're driving to Concord, which is a little bit closer to us, a tiny bit, not by much. But because neither of us have ever been to New Hampshire, we wanted to kind of make a weekend out of it. Unfortunately, I can't take off work Monday, so there's that. But if we were able to, that would have been great because we could have stayed a little bit longer. So our plan is to drive up Friday to that other place in New Hampshire, spend the night. We'll get there pretty late. And then Saturday morning, do a little bit of exploring, maybe, you know, just have like brunch at a local spot or something, and then head to the city where the wedding is, check into the hotel, get ready, all of that. Because I think the ceremony starts at like 3:30 or something. So we don't have a ton of time to explore and all of that, but it'll be nice to make, you know, the most of it. I jokingly call James Mr. Map because he is so good at mapping things out and directions. Like when I got this invite in the mail, what I would have done is got the invite, went to the wedding website, saw the hotel block, booked the hotel. Okay, we're done. What James did was spent a while looking at the map and researching the best places to visit from New Jersey to New Hampshire and really making sure that we could make the absolute most of the weekend. And I love him for that because it was really, it's going to be a memorable weekend because of the work that he put in. So I think that was special. Okay, I want to bring in one of these like circle stickers. There's not a huge amount of room for it because of what I did over here, but I think that we can make it work, even if I just do it like this. And that can be used to like, I don't know, note our drive home or brunch or something like that. Now, I'm going to grab Alpha Basics Volume 2 because that has bigger letters and I want to put over here New Hampshire. So I'd like to use these because they match the best, but I don't know if I'm going to have the right letters. N-E-W, got that. H-A-M-P-S-H-I-R-E. Wow, I have enough. I'm really surprised. I didn't think that was going to happen. So let's do this. N-E-W. I think we're just going to do it like this. Do 2 lines. Originally, we were even thinking, well, let me count this out first. H-A-M-P-S-H-I-R-E, which means that H-A-M-P-S is in the middle. We were thinking of maybe going to Maine if we were able to take off on Monday because we've also both never been to Maine. And we're going to be like 2 hours from Portland, I think. And it's like, oh, we've driven all this way and it would be great to be able to just pop over and go to Portland, but it's just unfortunately not going to work. MP. I feel like I messed this up, or just these are different size letters. Not different sizes, but some of these letters are wider. That's what's happening here. That's okay. I don't want to move everything over. Oh, because I should have put, oh no, it's that these are all wider. Let me just pop this over a little bit more. I feel like that would look better. All right, I think we're finished now with the Alpha Basic stickers. Okay, I want to finish this side and then we have to get back. Normally when I'm over here, it's like, oh, we're almost finished. No, we're not because I didn't even start on the left side. So let's add in our checklists over here. And this is a Christiane design stencil and I really like it. This is the 7mm line spacing and I like that there's the extra spacing there. Oh, we also have all this like washi. There's a lot more in here that I need to remember to work with. The only thing is the sticker book doesn't really have the like small header boxes that I like to use. So we'll come back and figure out what we want to do with those. But we do have plenty other boxes. So I can take something like this and add it in for whatever we end up doing that day. And that's good. Okay, Now let's shift back over to the left side. So, how do I want to do this? Okay, let's take this sticker. Now, my only like complaint about when brands combine clear and paperback stickers in the same book or for the same design is that the colors don't always match. They tend to be a little bit off and I don't love it. Are these like even the same stickers? Let me make sure I'm using. Yeah, they are the same stickers. They just look real. I feel like there's a big difference in how they look. So I wish that they were all clear or all paper, but they're not. So it's okay. I don't think that as I use these pages, I'm going to be like dwelling on it. It's more just because I'm putting them all down now and I'm trying to get things to match. I feel like it's not as perfect of a match, but that looks really pretty. I like the whole, like both corners there. And then let's do another one of these circles because I'm kind of afraid that if I don't do it now, I may forget to do it at all. So we're going to add that right there. And then let's do maybe box here. And it kind of like continues from there. So then if we take my checklist stencil, we're going to shift down. Maybe this isn't a manicure week. I'm trying to think of like my manicure schedule. It's tough when there's a lot of plans going on. I'm aware this is like a first world problem, right? But when there's a lot of plans going on, I'm trying to like figure out when my manicures are. So I got a manicure right before our engagement party, the day before. So that was September 26th. So then the next manicure, I try to go 3 weeks if I can, but sometimes when I have like a special event, like I have some special things coming up in October, I want to get one, but I also don't want to like overdo it and get it before I need it. So that wasn't working. There we go. Not perfect, but it's good enough for me. It's fine. I forgot what I was saying. It's hard sometimes to schedule, to figure out the best schedule for my manicures. That's kind of where I was going with that. And just wanting to make sure that I have time for everything. And that my manicure looks nice because I am in a position right now where it's really funny because I was never really a manicure person before until I started a YouTube channel and now my nails are always done. And I love that my nails are always done. It was more of like in the past, I didn't always want to spend the money on, you know, getting manicures. And now, you know, I can afford to, but also I really want to make sure my nails look good for YouTube. So I feel like my nails are often very visible, but it's funny because now that we are engaged, people are looking at my nails. I was going to say a lot more. People are looking at my nails a lot more now that we're engaged. But the fact is, people look at my nails every day here on YouTube. So it's more of like in person. People are looking at my nails is what I meant because no one really noticed them before in person. But now that is happening. So, because of course I understand if someone in my life got engaged, it's not that they're looking at my nails, it's that they're looking at my hand. I feel like I explained that in a very confusing way, but I think maybe you know what I meant. Okay, over here, let's add in another one of these like tall boxes. This is getting very floral, but it's kind of what I wanted. And then I think that we should do a quote over here because we've got all of this black here, but we don't really have like a quote here. And I think that that would look good for a little bit of balance. So I need a sticker book that has quotes. Let's see. I didn't really think about that. The first one that I'm seeing, I think, is Calva Plan's Rainbow Quotes, Volume 1. And let's see. This is cute. We could do some kind of wedding themed quotes here. Grow old with me, the best is yet to be. That's pretty. And then let's also do Every Time You Smile, I Fall in Love with You as the sidebar quote. I'm probably not going to do functional sidebar here, but I may add a little bit of deco into the sidebar because we've got a lot of it with pastel blooms. And I don't think I really need a ton more function. Actually, you know what? This does have a sidebar, a small sidebar sticker, which may be helpful with a busy week and some travel. So let's add this here. We're going to take my white pen and just cover up the note so you don't see it. And then we can do maybe one more floral on the edge. Let's do this one. And then it can kind of come up a little bit. All right. Header boxes. I need header boxes, right? So let's see, header box choice. I think pastel functional boxes would work well here. Probably this light pink is what I was thinking. So I think we have 6 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, something fell. My pen probably. 5, 6. Yeah, those match really nicely. And then I just have to decide if I want to put in bullet points. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm a little afraid that if I put bullet points in here, it's going to feel a little bit busy. Because I feel like it's already kind of a busy spread. And I don't know that I have a pastel bullet point that I'd like enough here. So I think we may just do this without bullet points. Piece of hair. Okay. I think we're all finished. It's really pretty and it came together pretty quickly. So I'm excited about this spread. I hope you like it. Pastel blooms, you can save using code Elise10 on your order. I'll link it in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today, and I will see you soon.